And we're live. Hello. Welcome, everyone, to the PaperBadger call. Oh, Omar just joined, too. Okay. So we're almost done our MVP, so we'll get a status of where we're at today. A bunch of changes going on. But on the call, we have a bunch of people. So we have Brian Hall. Do you want to say hi, Brian?
Hi there.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Hall from Ubiquity Press.
Very nice. He's in London, so it's afternoon there. We have Al and Omar from Springer/BMC. Do you guys, I guess neither of you have video again this week.
No, we don't. So.
That's okay. And hi, Omar. Welcome to the call. Okay. And we have Rob from Orchid, who is not traveling right now.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Hey, Rob. Okay. So we have the Etherpad here. I'll just put it back in the chat again in case anyone missed it. Also, Al is Tom on the video chat if anyone's confused in the recording right now. But yeah, so big announcement. It's no longer PaperBadger at herokuapp.com. It's now badges-mozillaScience.org.herokuapp.com. Our DevOps people decided to name it something they could understand. This will be moving to badges.mozilla.org so that we can use the same CDN we have for everything else with the load. Because I know Al and Omar, you guys are wondering about that. Yeah, when this goes into production. So that will help. So it's going in place now. So that's our big announcement. Introduction to PaperBadger. Our Contributorship Badges project, we're exploring the use of digital badges for crediting contributions to scholarly papers for their work. So yeah, when you have a bunch of authors on a paper, maybe one person did an analysis, one person wrote the paper, one person did data collection. This way you can give badges to all those people. So I'm actually really interested to hear, we'll skip over my part there, hear from Al and Omar, because you guys showed me a screenshot of what you were doing, and I know Rob and I are very interested in this. So can either of you share your screen? And
yeah, I can do that. How do you do that through here? Because I can...
on the left-hand side, there should be a screen share button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Green, I think.
Ah, screen. Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, let's have a look. Yeah.
Nice.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, basically, if you go to any of the articles on GigaScience at the moment, if I have badges, only one of them have, so we just attach it to the current DOI. You will see all the badges that are available at the moment for the current paper, and we've actually grouped them all together, so there's not hundreds of them around. With a list of all the authors underneath, and when you select one of the authors, it will actually show you which badges they have. They're just sharp and green, and if you hover over it with a tooltip, it actually will show you what the ORCID ID is. So that comes up, and when you click on it, it will take you now to the author's ORCID ID site. This one hasn't got anything on. There was one.
That's pretty sweet. So does this appear, where is this in relation to like the rest of the page? This is a section there at the bottom?
Yeah, it's right at the bottom. So on our site, basically we have a load of sort of navigational links for specific things associated with the paper on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
And when you click on paper badges, it will take you to the paper badges at the bottom of the metrics, article metrics, and also for anybody who's on the paper at the top, we tend to have a load of tags to say if it's highly accessed or open access, and we've created a new one called Paper Badges, and that does exactly this.
Oh, nice. How easy would this be to port into another site? Because it looks like it's very integrated with GigaScience right now.
Right. Well, it's not that integrated because we've got a snippet in JavaScript.
Yeah.
And as long as you call the method with the DOI, and you can specify what the class is on the container as well, using just JSON, you can just pass that in, or then display all the paper badges, because that will go off to your site now, a new link.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, we're in the middle of links.
Yeah. So, and then it will just display all the badges. And this is fully responsive, so it should fit in the container.
Awesome.
So if you've got a smaller container, everything will just wrap around,
and
it should do that.
That's really nice. Okay, so can we work together now to get this on the GitHub repo?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's where we would like to be, really. So.
Okay. Okay, so do you have a fork of the PaperBadger repo right now?
Yeah, it's on my Mac over here somewhere.
Okay. Oh, you're on a separate computer. Okay.
yeah. Well, I've got another one because sort of been using this for all our tickets.
Yeah.
So I've got the Mac as well.
Okay.
I do other stuff.
Are you ready for other questions?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I'm curious about the authors being listed. What happens with hyper-authors? So that'd be authors that always collaborate with thousands of authors.
I think right now, like, they would be listed. They would get a badge if they select it. Oh, so do you mean like a paper with like thousands of authors on it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And those authors tend to have a couple of thousand other papers.
Yeah.
Hence the term hyper-authors.
Al would know better, I guess. What would it look like if there were thousands of authors on that paper and they all had badges?
They would, everything would be listed underneath the badges. We would need to make it work for that. Most of our papers only have about 30 authors at the most, so I'm not expecting to. I've never seen a paper with that many authors on it.
Yeah, I guess we could easily add like an expand feature.
It could be made so you could expand it or scroll it or do something like that. So we could make that possible.
Yeah. If we all play around with this script, I think that'd be nice.
Well, some options in there to set number of authors to display by default, and then would be nice. And certainly we see it over at ORCID.
I would think on ORCID, because I was looking on your site, you could essentially have lots and lots of papers. I'm not sure whether there would be another way of doing it rather than showing it like that. If you've got lots, because when you're dealing with all the other sites as well, the papers.
And then the other thing, I was wondering if there was going to be API call per just the ORCID ID to fetch all the badges. I thought that was specified earlier.
Yeah, the API call exists. I don't know if the script, your script, because it'll return the same type of data, just all the badges and all the people. But then it would look like, I think all their badges, then the same author name every time right now if you use the same script, I would guess. Al?
Yeah, it would look something like that, Because there are different endpoints. I have put other endpoints in it, and the moment it will do exactly the same. There is another mode that we're working on for the sort of more user view, because you might actually want to list all of the different papers with their badges on it, I would expect, in a slightly different view.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we expect that to look.
Yeah. And I think right now we only have the DOI for the paper, so you wouldn't be able to list something human readable. Now that I think of it, we'd be able to list like all their DOIs for that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we could do that.
I don't know, would that be useful, seeing the DOI, or would we rather try to get the paper information somehow? Is there an API we can use?
For DOIs, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's Crossref has
that's
a DOI. ORCID has one, but I always suggest people go to the canonical source.
Okay. So in the PaperBadger repo, I think we could add a folder, and Al, you can put your scripts in that.
Okay, so I was wondering where you want us to put those.
Yeah, I think make a folder, and you can call it, what would make sense? Web scripts?
We just call it widgets.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Widgets.
We can call it widgets.
Yeah. I'm bad at naming. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And just a warning, there's the JavaScript widget, which looks great, but we have found that we've always also had to implement an iframe version of that for somebody out there who can't support the JavaScript one. So just be aware.
Okay. When we get to that roadblock.
Right. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. Al, do you need anything else to put it inside this repo?
Not at the moment, because we can just put our JavaScript repo and we can put the information on how to call it.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Then just
get a text file or something.
Yeah, then just a quick pull request.
We might be able to put an example there of HTML or something.
Okay, yeah, that'd be really nice.
So we can do that.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much for your work on this.
No, it's been fun to do actually.
Good. Sorry about like all the changes. Oh yeah, another thing to talk about. So right now I changed the BadgeKit API, so we save the name when the badge is created. I know Will mentioned it would be better to use the ORCID API just to fetch their name on the fly when we return things. Is that easy to do, Rob?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a caveat though. Some researchers don't want to share their name.
Okay. But I think we wouldn't be able to get that in the first place, would we? If they didn't want to share their name when they log in?
Well, no. To get a researcher's name, you can just hit our public API.
Okay.
It just returns JSON. But in some cases, they may choose to make that blank.
So what would you actually show? Just an ORCID ID or what? Because
that's what I would. Yes. That's all. That's the only thing guaranteed to be returned is the ORCID ID. But I'm assuming most people working with Mozilla badges are fairly open. They haven't gone through the trouble of hiding their name.
Yeah. So it's public by default?
The name is, public by default.
Okay. That's good.
Is there any way of finding that out? I mean, would it just what would happen in the JSON? Because at the moment, because you've added all the names in, all the offers that we got.
That's because their name was public, so it showed up.
Will we be able to put something there instead, so it doesn't come blank, so we know that it's.
We could put the ORCID there instead, or do you want
maybe
it's blank and then put the ORCID.
You could just put the ORCID. It'd make the code simpler, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Just put the ORCID ID in.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. But right now, we are saving it when the badge is created. I think it would be better if we switch to use the API. I'll put that for a later milestone. I don't know if I'll get around to it soon.
Yeah, and we're happy to help with that. It'd be easy for us to help you navigate.
Okay.
Trivial. So just assign it to me or Will. I think Will's excited.
Okay.
Help.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll sign it to Will then. That'd be great.
Okay. So that will be called in the back end, and everything will still appear in the JSON for the front
end. Yeah,
end.
everything should still be the same, unless we will probably change the name like you suggested, Al, instead of just name.
Yeah. That would be helpful.
Yeah. I'm bad at naming things. It's my weakness.
So
right now the name is just a field called name?
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is we have lots of fields called name and slug, and because of the structure of the JSON, because we're just treating it as a giant text string, just to make it easier. Because the problem is
badge has name too.
Yeah, that's it. And it's just easier that way rather than just taking everything as an object, because it's massive, and so that's going to add a massive payload to the browser. So by doing it that way, it's very easy to negotiate. So if we had a tag called author name, we guarantee we're hitting the right one.
Yeah, I can change the field name later today. I'll ping you when that goes live.
Okay, that'd be.
The back-end stuff, I'll make an issue for that and assign it to Will. That would be really nice.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
Excellent.
Things are coming along. Oh yes, and we added those count endpoints. Al, is that what you needed?
Yeah, because we just wanted to know to find out if there's a way. Is there any badges?
Okay.
So we can check that rather than having to call everything. In fact, it's nice and quick. We just want to know how that snippet looks like, what we're expecting in the JSON. Is it say something like count or something? Because at the moment all I've seen is a number.
Yeah, Yeah, it's supposed to. It's just a JSON formatted number, which is a number. So it just returns a number.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to reply to your thing. Yeah, it's just a number. Is that okay?
Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah.
All right.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, things are coming along. What else is there to discuss? Oh, you wanted JSON-P returned, Al?
It was suggested because at the moment Cores is working for all the latest browsers, but we still have people using some of the older browsers, especially in China. There are people still using 7, which we don't really support anymore.
Yeah.
But even 9, because we were initially using jQuery for that, there's no longer any support for the old version of Cores. They don't support it properly for the older browsers. So it just at the moment, if you're looking on IE9, it just comes up blank. It doesn't really do anything. 10 works fine. 11 would probably work fine. Edge works okay. Not emulator, and that's what most people are using. But we still have some users out there, and in the publishing environment, it all depends on what organizational policies they all got and what they have. And some people have old machines. And
yeah, I'm a bit worried about security risks with JSON-P.
Yeah, it's just right.
How many people? How many people do you support with like IE9 or 7?
We'll have to have a look again, but it was quite significant. We had about 5% of our users on some of these browsers. Anything below 1%, we just don't care about, to be honest. But the problem is China. They can be a real because they still use some of those old browsers.
Yeah.
That's like we're just knocking out a whole market out there. So.
Okay. And there's no other like fallbacks that are existing right now?
Well, unless someone has come up with an alternative way of putting in AJAX requests for those older browsers, then I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know if there is.
I mean, if you're already doing cores, JSON-P doesn't have that many security risks. You only have to verify that they're not trying to inject a script.
Okay.
So I could help review that.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, because I don't really know. All I know is that there are security risks, but I don't know like what I should look for. Okay, I'll have you review that. Thank you, Rob. Okay. Al, anything else you need from us?
No, just for us to get it into the repository really at the moment.
Okay.
So that's what we really need help with at the moment, because on your branching structure, what you call the branches, how you expect, because quite often we put these into various branches or into a master or something. It depends on our projects here.
Yeah,
just your project, I know you've got a workflow and everything, so
yeah, it's not super complicated. Just make a pull request to master. The branches are mostly for features.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
So just pull request to master.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Al.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Okay, so we'll do that. And then they'll show up on GigaScience. So, Brian, did you have anything to add for Ubiquity?
Well, what we were looking at, it looked really good, and it looked like it would be very easy for us to implement. To throw it on one of our journals and see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd be happy to do that whenever you think it's mature enough, or it would be useful.
Yeah. What might be interesting?
It looks like it would work now, but
yeah. I think the badges will show up now. Right now only badges that exist in our database will show up. The harder part is, I had a question for Rob. Because for logging in, we don't have, we're still using like fake ORCID IDs, so we can't actually assign any real badges right now. What do we need to do to move to production stuff?
Oh, I thought you guys already had that covered.
Sorry, no, I forgot about it.
Okay. No, basically, anybody can get a developer credentials authentication with OAuth 2.
Okay.
So all we have to do is sign up, get developer credentials, and then switch the credentials out in the configuration file. And
sweet. That's not hard. Okay.
Yeah, it's not hard, and just you can hit me up on Google Hangouts or Skype or whatever.
And I'll need this to use the public API anyways, right? For the
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So in theory, over time, we're going to require everybody to have credentials to use a public API, but only certain things. But the authentication part, you need it. And that's what you're interested in.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's on my to-do to get developer credentials. I didn't realize it was just that. Okay, thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah. But back to Brian. So once we get that set up, then we can try it out with one of your papers. So you can add a paper and all the authors, and then the authors will go and pick their badges.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so we still have to set that up so that people can actually assign badges properly. So we're working on that this week. But
yeah, or if you want us to give you some details in advance or something like that, we can,
yeah, if you want it,
whatever works.
If you want to try, I don't know which workflow you want to try. If you want to just give us data with authors, their ORCID IDs, and their badges, we can put that in the database for you. Then you can try just adding the widget to your site. Or you can try the entire workflow with you after I get the ORCID credentials.
Well, it sounds like we're not too far from that.
Yeah.
So maybe it makes sense to wait that little bit.
Okay. Yeah. It shouldn't be too far. So I'll do that, and then we should be good to go. Okay. Yeah. So the DevOps people are still working on like the CDN and moving the URL over. I think we're in good shape. Oh wait, we have questions. Thanks.
Do you know what PLOS is planning to do with this? Because we haven't really heard from them yet.
Yeah, I invited them to this. Oh, right, they emailed me. I think they're waiting. They have a new structure or something, so they're going to wait for fall, or not the fall, for the new year. Let me see. They'll be ready to start working badges around the 1st of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to put it as part of their user dashboards, which they haven't built yet. So.
Okay.
So I guess as soon as they build that, they'll come. But yeah, I invited him to the meeting, David Lake. Yeah. But I'm sure they would probably use the same widgets as you and just put it in the dashboard. So yeah, thank you again for all your work on the widgets. That's been awesome. So I see you guys stuck with the same badge design.
Yeah, because those are just the badges we had.
Yeah.
So unless you are planning on using something else.
I have nothing else, so it looks great the way you guys did it. So that's good. Yeah.
We can always change that in the future if that's
yeah.
We come up with some other designs or something and then change the badges or SVG or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I know someone who was interested in helping us out in September who has like a data visualization background. So I might have her just take a look at it and see what she wants to do. But this is good for now, yeah. Okay, any other questions? Okay, I see in the Etherpad like Nicholas Porter is there. He's not in the call. Okay, that's all right. We're almost done, everyone. This is very exciting. I know Amy's not here. I guess she would be the person to talk to for the actually assigning badges for the future. Do you or Omar know anything, Al?
No.
Okay.
No. No. We'll have to speak to her.
Okay.
I know she's away at the moment. Something.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay.
I only just noticed that she tried to get me on Twitter about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
To coordinate things, so I missed that completely. So I'll email her as well to see if I can help out with anything she's doing.
Okay.
She's just down the road from us. So.
Yeah, because I think both of you are interested in getting the assigning part working. So I can show you. I'll share my screen. So this is for Brian. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right. Oh, I forgot the badge. Here it is. Harder to type. Oh no, I forgot the URL. Papers new. There we are. So this is what the publisher would go through. It's a little rudimentary right now, but you just put in a paper GUI and then a list of author emails. You hit submit, then all the authors will get a chance to select their own badges from this. And they'll be signed, and then the front-end script will pick up the badges and display them on your website.
Great.
Yeah, so that's the workflow for the publishers stuff. Cool. Okay, so after, maybe we should meet really quickly in a week just to make sure everything's working after we launch stuff. Is everyone okay with that?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, we can make it a short. Sorry, I keep booking 1-hour ones and we only ever need 30 minutes. But we can do a quick 30-minute chat next week the same time if that works for everyone, just to make sure everything's running properly on like Giga Science and we have everything going. And then maybe we can start plugging into the Ubiquity Press stuff, Brian.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, cool. So thank you all for your work. You have 30 minutes of your life back again.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Stop the